Hello, friends. I'm back in the auditorium of the Richard Rodgers Theater where the Hamilton is playing, waiting for my half hour for my COVID test to come back to say, yep, you're good. Go downstairs and start ironing stuff. So no concerns about my mask. I'm alone in the auditorium, the huge auditorium. And I am here to ruin Act 2 of Phantom of the Opera for you. If you didn't see my ruining Act 1 with all my comments, go back a couple days, it's there. Before I start, let me once again reiterate. I have never written a Broadway show. I've never had a Broadway show produced. I've never won Tony Awards for said Broadway show. I've never employed thousands and thousands of people over decades for said Broadway show. So who the hell am I to open my big mouth? Okay, that said, let's go. Before we get into Act 2 of Phantom of the Opera, let's talk about the logo for Phantom of the Opera. Now, this is an internationally known image. It's that white half mask that everyone's seen, the Phantom logo. That has never been the mask in the show. In the show, the Phantom has a mask that goes over his nose and over one eye over half of his face. So he can emote over here. So it's crazy that for 34 years on Broadway and probably a couple more before that for London, so for like 36 plus years, the logo for Phantom, the internationally acknowledged, oh, Phantom logo, is not the mask in the show. What's that about? Now, let's talk about some things about, okay, also just a general note. Phantom was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, British. It premiered in London, British. So everyone in the show had a British accent. Now, the show takes place in Paris. People call each other Monsieur, Madame, Monsieur, all over the place. Paris, Paris Opera House. But even the New York company, the Broadway company, forever has had a vaguely British accent while people are speaking to each other. They're vaguely British in Paris. Okay, never mind. Let's talk about this Phantom. We know that he lives across the lake in a lair under the Opera House. Okay. Now, I'm convinced that he has a staff. He's got to have a staff. First of all, who made that fancy mask he's wearing? Let's back that up. The actor who plays the Phantom, when he does they do the makeup for him. It's a bald cap, then it's all these prosthetic pieces, some of which are pre-painted and then, highlighted. It's over his skull, his eye, a lot of it. When you look at the makeup itself, he has literally exposed skull, like scarring that's like his head's open and there's like skull. Could a human being live like that? Could they live like that for, what is he supposed to be, like 40-ish by now? Could a person live with that exposed skull for decades? And if so, well, that's why he's so damn cranky. So that's just a weird thing right there. So he's got the skull cap, the prosthetics, then there's like a balding, like scraggly wig of just a little bit of hair. Over that is his slick fake wig. Then over that is the mask. Then there's a hat on top of that. So he's got a lot of shit going on. So in the story, moment by moment, it is way in Act 2 when everything gets ripped away. It's not, because in Act 1, we just see his face under the mask and like with his pretty hair, but with his scar face. But in Act 2, it's all of it. Scraggly hair, exposed skull, the whole horror that is the Phantom. Does he have a staff? Who made that mask? Who made those wigs? He's got this gorgeous tuxedo on. Who made that tuxedo? In Act 1, we saw that mirror bride in a bride dress. Who made that? Who got that organ over there? There's a staff. We know he gets a salary. What's he using it on? He must have Amazon Prime down there because somebody's delivering. There must be another way to get there aside from going through the mirrors in the Opera House and down to the lake and down to the boat and down to his lair. But he must be getting Amazon Prime through some back entrance because he's got stuff. Who's preparing his meals? Who's feeding him? He's well fed. He's got nice clothes. Got all sorts of shit going on down there. Thousands of candles. Who's even lighting all those candles every day? And replacing them when they burn out. He's got a staff. Phantom's got a staff. And Madame Giry, once again, she knows a lot more than she's saying. Okay, so, nah. Meanwhile, Act 2. So it starts with, we're back at the Opera House. The act ended with the slowly falling chandelier. We're back. We see the managers dressed up for the masquerade. Oh, thank goodness, everything's better now. We have a new chandelier. Everything's great. What a party. Everything's behind us. It's all wonderful. Masquerade. We see the big scene. The costumes are gorgeous. There's a big staircase. Everything's great. The staircase also has, I think it's 6 or 7, maybe 8 mannequins on it in costumes. So we fill out the picture, which is a cheat because the cast is big enough, but we don't have enough people to really make it a huge scene. So we put all these dummies out there in costumes. That's cheating. Sidebar. There was a time years and years ago where an actress who had been in the ensemble left the show, came back years later in a different position. So she didn't have a put-in rehearsal, she's just going back into the show. And she was told, in Masquerade, if you're on the wrong stair on the staircase, ask somebody, they'll tell you which stair to step on. So she's literally out there, Masquerade, which stair am I supposed to be on? Paper, faces, on Masquerade, what stair am I supposed to? She was talking to one of the mannequins. Anyway, Masquerade, party, party, everyone's happy. Then suddenly, oh my God, no, at the top of the staircase, here's the Phantom in the Red Death costume, which is gorgeous. If you've seen the black and white silent film, it's pretty much that. It's the Mask of the Red Death. He's got this, it's a gorgeous 40-pound costume with a skull mask on. And it's the Phantom creeping down the stairs, like, I'm back, what do you all, ha-ha, there he is to get, and every single person on the stage is going, no one is tackling him. No one is getting out a gun. He's already murdered Joseph Bouquet, the man from the fly floor. I told you, he's dead. But he was just on the cruise, so what does it matter? He's dead. No one's attacking the man. They're all standing like, get him. He gets to the bottom of the stairs, and that's when we also find out that Christine and Raoul are now secretly engaged, and she doesn't want anyone to know. But the Phantom knows everything because he's magic. So she's got her ring on a chain around her neck, and he walks right up to her and snatches it. Your chains are still mine. You belong to me. Puff of smoke, he vanishes, and then again at the top of the stairs is the Red Death, him again, running down the stairs into a blackout. Once again, Hal Prince going, smoke, mirrors, don't look at the plot, goodbye. It's a double. So the Phantom does have a staff, because he in fact has a double in the very same costume that he has, because that man just ran down the stairs into a blackout. I feel bad for that actor. You are in that huge costume with a mask on, you can't see shit, in chunky heels, mind you, running down a staircase as the lights black out. No thank you. What used to happen was the Phantom, the puff of smoke, there was a trap door, and he would boom down into the floor until years and years and years later, one of the Phantoms was like, ow, my knees, this trap door, the way it hits at the bottom, bang, I'm not doing it. So now puff of smoke, he runs into the wing, and we see the guy at the top of the stairs. So anyway, back to the reality of the plot. There's two Phantoms, or there's a double of him, or he's magic. Okay, now everyone's in panic again. Now it's, Madame Giry, you know things. And she's finally like, Madame Giry, you've seen something. And I always want her to say, I've seen lots of things. What's it to you? That's when she explains it. All right, there was a traveling circus, and there was this man locked in a cage, Mr. Scarface. So wait, did you free him from the cage? Did you buy him from the circus? Either way, you got him out of there and set him up in his luxurious quarters under the lake, in the pit, in the orchestra, in the opera house? Woman, you got a lot of splaining to do. Okay, so now we know his story, how he's down there. But she's still not, helping, like, let's go get him. He's a murderer at this point, and he's threatening and harassing this poor young girl that no one is taking seriously. Meanwhile, back at the opera, we're going to do our next show. So we're rehearsing, they're doing a sitz probe, which is when they sit down and sing through the music they're going through it. And people are kind of like, what is this shit music? This is crap. And that's when Madame Giry again, like, would you speak that way in front of the composer? The composer isn't here. How do you know that? He's everywhere. Everyone's like, again, nervous. You could have tackled him at the Masquerade. You didn't. And now they're arguing, and then suddenly the piano starts playing itself. Magic! He's got a magic piano installed in there too now. And a remote control, apparently. Okay, panic. What are we gonna do now? Okay, here's the story. Suddenly Raoul, the Vicomte, and I'm rich so people listen to me, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna trap him. We're gonna put on his new opera, that this is what they've been rehearsing, his new one that he demands we do, and we're gonna put Christine out there, and then we're gonna go wait up in box 5, where he is his box, and we're gonna get him. No one's thought of this years ago, but now we're gonna do it? Not to mention Christine is this close to a full breakdown. Don't make me do this. He's gonna steal me. It's gonna be bad. It's hard. Now that you believe that there is a Phantom, hello, I've been telling you for a whole act. Don't make me, shush, be just pretty girl, sing pretty girl, shush. Stand in the trap, go stand in the trap. It's fine, you're bait. Shush, be bait. Poor thing is being just tormented. And now this is their great idea, they're gonna trap him suddenly. Okay, that's gonna work out beautifully for you. So, what happens next? Now, we actually, that's when Christine goes, this is when the show grinds to a complete halt. This, in my opinion, is when Andrew Lloyd Webber said, "My wife, Sarah Brightman, will need a number in Act 2. So he writes, "Wishing you were somehow here again." Christine goes off to the crypt of her father. Now, her father must have been famous. We know that he was a violinist. It's mentioned in Act 1. He must have been a damn rich violinist, because this is a crypt this man has with Daae written across it, because his name is Christine Daae. And she's singing, "Wishing you were somehow here again." What, back from the dead? It's a whole song about I have daddy issues. The Phantom's like a fake daddy to me, but I wish my daddy was here. I wish you were here. What am I gonna do? I'm having a breakdown. This guy Raoul loves me, but he's making me do shit I don't wanna do. I just wish someone would tell me what to do, because I'm a girl. Suddenly, what comes next? There's the Phantom up on top of the crypt. So he knew she was gonna go there. Telepathy? Mind reading? Did she leave a note or tell people, "Hey, listen, I'm going to the crypt"? Okay, there he is. "Oh my God, it's you, angel of music, hi." And that's, of course, Vicomte knows where she is too, and there he is. "Leave her alone, leave her alone. Christine, come. Christine, stay. Christine, go. Christine!" They're speaking to her like she's a bad dog who's gotten on the couch and chewed a pillow. "Christine!" It's crazy town. Then the Phantom, who has a staff with a skull head on it, is shooting flames out of it, because he's also very mechanical and can do cool things like shoot flames out of a little, like, pew, pew, sparks going around, like, "More tricks, monsieur, stop it, I'll get you." Shaking a fist while Christine's going, "No, stop, everybody stop." This poor girl. Ends with the Phantom, and now he grabs Christine, Raoul grabs Christine, like, "Come on, let's get out of here." Ends with the Phantom saying, "So be it, now let it be war upon you both." And then downstage, flame shoots, like I think 3 or 4 of them across the lip of the stage. Pillars of flame. So here's my question. How early did the Phantom get there that day to set up his flame pots? Because he knew she was gonna be there, so he could set off his flame effect. Sketchy. But Hal Prince, don't look, never mind that, don't look at that, and blackout. Now we're gonna do the Don Juan opera that he wrote. Now there's a lot of costumes in Don Juan. The entire ensemble is in Spanish wonderment. It's a lot of lace, it's a lot of reds and browns and rusts and crimsons with black accents, and everyone's all senoritaed out and everything. It's gorgeous. In my opinion, it's a lot of fabric for very little time on stage. They all come out there and they do the big Don Juan. Then the cast pretty much exits, except for the tenor, Piangi, who is Don Juan. And he's talking to his friend, and basically, here we go again. "I'm gonna seduce this girl, I'm gonna trick her into thinking it's me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna fuck her." Here we go again, cause women, right? Get them to do what you want. Okay, here comes Christine as that character, and she's singing the scene, and he's like in a cape and a disguise, so she will not know it's me. But in fact, it's actually the Phantom. What? Meanwhile, Raoul has had the whole theater rigged out with the police are at every exit, that everyone's on standby, they're gonna get him when he shows up in box 5. We even hear, it's a pre-recorded, they're on the stage, the police say, "Are the doors secure?" And pre-recorded voices going, "Secure!" We hear the door go, boom, secure, boom, in British voices, mind you, secure, boom. I always want to change the voiceover to have the last one, wait, mine's stuck, oh, okay, I got it, boom. Anyways, everything's locked. They've locked a theater in a theater, they've locked an audience inside of a theater, by the way. A thing we don't do. It's the Phantom on the stage with Christine. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So in front of an audience, he freaking kidnaps her. Boom. And that's when we reveal, pull a curtain aside, and there's Piangi, the tenor from the show, hanging. Again, this is the second time. The subscription crowd for this theater must be like, do they hang somebody in every show? Because there's another body hanging there. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Now Madame Giry's suddenly helping. "I'll take you to his lair. I'll show you where he is." Chaos, all sorts of people running around to get him to the lair. Raoul's gonna go to his secret lair under the lake and save him. Madame Giry's gonna take him. But when you go there, make sure that you keep your hands at the level of your eye like this because of the Punjab lasso. Remember we talked about that lasso that can hang people? Okay, keep your hand like this because he's gonna hang you. All right, Raoul goes off to there. Now, meanwhile, back in the lair, here's the Phantom dragging Christine into the lair. By now, he's got all of his stuff off, so we just see Skullhead and horror. She's wearing that wedding dress that was on that mannequin earlier. The mannequin's all flung over in a chair. He has a throne in his lair, because somebody gave him a throne also, Amazon Prime. And she's saying, like, now that you've killed people, now you're gonna satisfy your lust? Am I about to get, completely raped here? No, it's because I love you. Okay. So he's got that going on, and then Raoul shows up. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Oh, come on in, because there's this big grill, this grate that comes down, because he's got, boy, the vaulted ceiling on this lair of his, too. Big and tall. let up the grate magically, or the crew is back there, crankety, crankety, crank, and, let him in. But as soon as he goes to get Christine, aha, the Punjab lasso! That noose is around his neck. It is suspended. It is not attached to up in the flies. It's just hanging in midair. Magic, because he's magic. Ah, Raoul's gonna die. And now you got a poor actor on his tippy toes going for about 10 minutes. And Christine, the poor girl who's about to snap, is like, make your choice. Either you stay with me, meaning what? I'm gonna marry you, stay in this wedding dress, stay down here in the pit with you down here. We're gonna make operas upstairs. What is your plan exactly for me and you? For happiness? You either do that or Raoul's about to die right in front of your very eyes. Do it. Now, all three of them are singing in counterpoint to each other. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Raoul, I'm about to die. Christine, I don't want to do this. Phantom, you've got to marry me. All of this shit's going on. They're singing. Christine stops it all by saying, poor, poor monster, what kind of life have you had? God gave me courage to show you you're not alone. What? And she kisses him. Ooh, she kissed that ugly monster with the scarf. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And somehow that gives him reason enough to let Raoul go. Because now we hear the voices in the background of the whole company saying, let's go get him, revenge for Pianji, revenge for Bouquet, we have to go get him. Suddenly they're serious, they're coming for him, they're coming. And now the Phantom's barking out orders to Raoul and Christine. Take her, take the boat, get out of here. Don't tell them I'm down here. Don't tell anyone what you've seen. Leave me, leave me, leave me. The pity dripping off of this thing. So they go away. And he's down there in his lair. Oh, then we see that music box monkey again singing Masquerade. And he's looking at that monkey, the one that in Act 1 she never talks about, that they say she talks about. He sits on his throne. He covers himself up in his cape. Little Meg Giry comes in, because now we have actors climbing down the portcullis, down that grill in the back, like coming down like spelunkers. And Meg, dressed as a boy, is down there somehow too. And she goes to that throne where, to see, and she creeps on over, and she pulls the cape away, and he's gone. But his mask lays there, as we pin spot down to the mask that she holds aloft. Blackout. End of show. I have very little else to say. I'm glad I'm working there. I'm making a lot of money. People are very thrilled by it. The show is, people love it. People pay a lot of money to see it, sure. And when I write a musical, they can come and pick mine apart too. All right then, bye.